The shiur tonight is dedicated to Ilu Nishmas V'Chaleya Bas Rab Chaim Tzvi. We're going to be studying Tehillim Perek Tzadik Aleph that begins Yoshe B'Seser Elyon B'Tzel Shaka Yislonon. This mizmor is rather well known, and it's recited on a number of different occasions. Every Shabbos in the Psuki de Zimra, this mizmor is recited by both Ashkenazim and Sfardim. It's also a mizmor that's recited in the Kriya Shema Lamita, again by Ashkenazim and Sfardim, albeit with one difference that perhaps we'll have reference to a bit later. It's a mizmor that also appears on Motzei Shabbos after the Shemona Esrei of Ma'ariv, even though we begin with the last pasuk of the previous mizmor, V'hi noam Hashem Elokeinu aleinu, u'masi yadenu kanun aleyu, u'masi yadenu kanuneu. And it also, chas v'shalom, appears during a time of a levaya in the course of escorting the Aron to its final resting place. This is the mizmor that's recited, Yoshe B'Seser Elyon B'Tzel Shaka Yislonon. This mizmor is described by Gemara in Masechah Shavuos. The Gemara points out that the mizmor really has two names. The Gemara is found on Daf Tes Vav Amud Beis in the second paragraph of Masechah Shavuos, and the Gemara terms the mizmor, as I said, by one of two names. On the one hand, the mizmor is called shiur shel pigaim, a shiur that contains many pigaim. Of course, the word pigaim is related to the word pega. Pega refers to, in modern Hebrew, here in Eretz Yisrael, unfortunately and tragically, it's often used to describe a terrorist attack, chas v'shalom. But pega refers to any mishap, any situation of disaster, of catastrophe, and the Gemara terms this shiur shel pigaim. However, the Gemara has a second term that is used to describe the shiur, and it's also called shiur shel nigaim. And we'll see in a few moments, that the Gemara indicates that if you assume it's a shiur shel pigaim, that relates to one segment, the beginning segment, the first segment of this shiur, and the Gemara refers to the psukim that in effect launch this particular shiur. On the other hand, when we're referring to shiur shel nigaim, clearly we're talking about a specific pasuk, and ostensibly the second segment of this shiur, which is found here in pasuk Tes, where first the Mishorer says Ki ato Hashem machsi elyon samta ma'onecha, and then the word nega appears in the following pasuk Yud, Lo su'une elecha ra v'nega lo yikra b'yolecha. So we have here two different terms that are used to describe the shiur. One is shiur shel pigaim, and one is shiur shel nigaim. And Amir Hashem later, hopefully, we'll be able to relate to both of these terms and explain how they're utilized in the context of this particular mizmor. The mizmor also, strikingly enough, is mentioned by a Gemara in Sanhedrin. The Gemara in Daf Kuf Gimel Amud Aleph, going over to Kuf Gimel Amud Beis, the Gemara really divides the shiur into three segments. And we will explore those three segments as well and see how the Gemara understands the division of this particular mizmor. Let's begin by going through the mizmor carefully, reading the psukim, commenting on the language that's found in the text of this particular mizmor, and then, as is our wont, to see the overall structure of the mizmor and to